Very good morning and welcome, my dear students. Here in this presentation, I will try to explain in detail what is meant by organizational structure. I am sure this presentation will help you understand and have a grasp of the meaning of organizational structure. இந்த ப்ரெசன்டேஷனில் ஆர்கனைசேஷனல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்னால் என்னன்னு நான் சொல்ல போகிறேன். இந்த ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் நீங்கள் கேட்டதுக்கப்புறம் ஆர்கனைசேஷனல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்னா என்ன அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு உங்களுக்கு கிளியர் மீனிங், விரிவான ஒரு அர்த்தம் உங்களுக்கு என்னன்னு புரியும்னு நான் நினைக்கிறேன். What is meant by organizational structure or what is organizational structure? A simple question. In my previous presentation, I had said that organizational structure refers to the staff hierarchy pattern of an organization. இதுக்கு முன்னாடி உள்ள ப்ரெசன்டேஷனில் ஆர்கனைசேஷனல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்னால் என்னன்னு சொல்லியிருக்கேன். ஸ்டாஃபோட ஹைரார்கி பேட்டர்ன், வரிசையாக இருந்தது அப்படின்னாக்கா அந்த ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் தான், அந்த அமைப்பை தான் நம்ம ஆர்கனைசேஷனல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்லுவோம்னு நான் சொல்லியிருக்கேன். பட் ஆர்கனைசேஷனல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் ஹேஸ் அ வைட் மீனிங். ஆர்கனைசேஷனல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சருக்கு இன்னும் ஒரு விரிவான அர்த்தம் இருக்குது. அது என்னன்னு புரிஞ்சுக்குங்க. An organizational structure defines how job tasks are formally divided, grouped and coordinated. In the previous presentation, I showed you two different slides representing an organization, wherein I showed the organizational structure. There you may remember that in that particular presentation or in that particular chart display, you had different project coordinators. For example, you had three different project coordinators, one for project coordinator health, and the second one was project coordinator livelihood, and the third one was project coordinator education. That means project coordinator, health related project coordinator will be assigned duties related to all health activities only. He will not be concerned with livelihood activities. That will be separately taken care of by the project coordinator. In the same way, project coordinator education is responsible only for education related activities of an organization. He is not concerned with livelihood or even health aspects. So here, in an organization where NGO deals with health related programs, livelihood related programs and education related programs, the jobs are divided. The jobs are formally divided. Formula பிரிச்சிருக்காங்க. Formally divided between health coordinator, livelihood coordinator and education coordinator. Organizational structure defines how job tasks are formally divided. Organizational structure means jobs or job tasks which are formally divided. In an organization, NGO will have different projects. All projects will not be dealt by one particular individual. Separate projects will be dealt by separate individuals, so that you divide the work. And in that particular presentation, you also saw that each coordinator had 3 field workers or social workers. Each coordinator had 3 field workers or social workers working under him or directly under him and also reporting directly to him. These 3 field workers or social workers will carry out, these 3 field workers or social workers placed under health project coordinator will go to the field and deal with only health related activities of the particular project. They will do all necessary work that are required for the successful implementation of health project of an organization. So when these three different social workers work in different areas or in the same area, their work is grouped. So these three social workers will report directly to the health coordinator. In the same way, three different field workers or social workers who are working directly under project coordinator livelihood for livelihood projects, these three field workers or social workers engaged in livelihood projects or activities, they report directly to the livelihood project coordinator. In the same way, three field workers or social workers working under project coordinator education will report directly to project coordinator education. So health coordinator will have three social workers, livelihood coordinator will have three social workers, and education coordinator will have three social workers. These 9 social workers will carry out their day-to-day activities. Finally, their activities are clubbed or grouped together. Their activities are grouped or clubbed together. It is grouped or clubbed in such a manner so that all social workers performing health related activities come under one group. Similarly, all social workers or field workers carrying out livelihood activities are clubbed together in one group. In the same way, education field workers or social workers and their day-to-day activities are clubbed or grouped together in one particular category. So, organizational structure defines how job tasks are formally divided and grouped. Overall activities of an organization are divided, then it is grouped, and finally it is coordinated. Coordinated means the overall success of an organization, of an NGO, depends on, I am talking in with reference to the previous presentation wherein I showed one chart, the second slide, where project coordinator for health was there, project coordinator was for livelihood was there, and project coordinator for education was there. So in order to make a particular NGO success, in order to become a successful organization, even though project coordinator health, livelihood and education function separately, function in their own way or manner or style, whatever you say, but finally their activities are also coordinated. So for example, health coordinator, livelihood coordinator and education coordinator, all these three coordinate with each other and function in such a manner so that the organization becomes success or becomes successful. Say for example, project coordinator health is not coordinating, and project coordinator livelihood and project coordinator education both are functioning in a coordinated manner, the organization cannot be successful. When you have a particular job or task which is formally divided, grouped, if you have 10 different groups, all 10 groups will have to function in a coordinated manner. If you have 15 groups, all 15 groups, each and every group, that is all 15 groups will have to function in a coordinated manner. So organizational structure, whenever you see an organizational structure, you should keep in mind that organizational structure is nothing but division of work, grouping of work and coordination of work. That's all. You just keep in mind division of work, grouping of work and coordination of work. Then to proceed further, it is said that managers need to address 6 key elements when they design their organization's structure. When a manager is given the responsibility of designing the organizational structure, he should keep in mind 6 important elements. ஒரு ஆர்கனைசேஷனில் மேனேஜருக்கு ஆர்கனைசேஷனல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் அப்படிங்கிற அமைப்பை உருவாக்குங்க அப்படிங்கிற பொறுப்பை கொடுத்துட்டிங்கனாக்கா அவர் மனசில் 6 முக்கியமான எலிமெண்ட்டை மனசில் வச்சுக்கணும். He should keep in mind 6 important elements before framing this organizational structure. What are they? It is stated here. Number 1 is work specialization. Number 2 is departmentalization. Number 3 is chain of command. Number 4 is span of control. 5 is centralization and decentralization. 6 is formalization. So an organizational structure will tell you how jobs are formally divided, grouped and coordinated. At the same time, each and every organizational structure will tell you something about work specialization, departmentalization, chain of command, span of control, centralization and decentralization and formalization. Now, what are these 6 elements? Of course, I will deal with it in my future presentations, but here you just understand in simple terms what are they. Here you have, I told you the 6 important elements which should be kept in mind by a person who is given the responsibility of framing the organizational structure. Organizational structure டிசைன் பண்ணுறதுக்கு பண்ணுற பொறுப்பை யார்ட்டையாவது கொடுத்தீங்கன்னாக்கா அவர் 6 முக்கியமான எலிமெண்ட்டை மனசில் வச்சுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு நான் சொல்லியிருக்கேன். அது என்னென்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா on the right hand side you see I told you it is work specialization, it is departmentalization, chain of command, span of control, centralization and decentralization and formalization. Now, what is work specialization? Work specialization means the degree to which activities are subdivided into separate jobs. Okay, work specialization in an organization refers to the extent or the degree to which overall activities are subdivided into small pieces of work and allocated to different individuals. In the case of previous presentation, we saw project coordinator for health, project coordinator for livelihood, project coordinator for education. This is how the organization subdivided its projects. So second one is departmentalization. So departmentalization means on what basis will jobs be grouped together. So departmentalization means a particular department where interrelated activities are carried out. Say for example, finance and accounts. All finance and accounts related activities, receiving money, payment of money, cash payment, cash receipt, bank details, all such activities are carried out by finance or accounts department. If you go further in detail, accounts department will maintain only accounts, finance department will deal with all financial, cash and accounts department will deal with all cash and accounts related activities. So it is said that the basis on which the jobs are to be grouped together. Say for example, 3 social workers, there were 9 social workers altogether in my previous presentation. The second slide showed there was 9 social workers, out of which 9 social workers carried out their responsibilities, their day-to-day activities, but finally 3 social workers activities were grouped together. So 3 social workers activities are grouped together on the basis that these 3 social workers carry out activities related to health project. Similarly, another 3 social workers who carried out their day-to-day activities related to livelihood project, their activities were grouped. Similarly, 3 other social workers who were interested or given the responsibility with regard to education related programs or projects of an organization, their activities were grouped together. This is how a department functions. Next one is chain of command. What do you mean by chain of command, or what we will study under this concept called, under this element called chain of command? Chain of command la nama enna therinjikka porom. Chain of command will tell you to whom do individuals and groups report. each and every staff will have to report to his higher authority. Me, Sundar, as an assistant professor of social work department, I report directly to my HOD. My HOD will report directly to the principal. That's it. So individuals whom they will report to, who they will have to submit their report. This is what chain of command will tell you. Span of control. Span of control means how many individuals can a manager efficiently and effectively direct or manage. Span of control means one particular project coordinator can deal with how many social workers or field workers both efficiently and effectively. Each and every individual will be able to deal with different number of field workers or social workers. So we are not bothered about that. Here span of control will throw light on a particular issue wherein it will tell you how many individuals a manager or a coordinator will be able to efficiently and effectively manage or direct. That's all. Next one is, the next element is centralization and decentralization. Centralization means almost all activities are concentrated in one particular area. Almost all decisions are made in one table. Decentralization means overall activity is distributed and decision making power or authority is also divided. Centralization and decentralization means where does decision making authority lie. So decision making authority lies in one table or different tables, that will tell you. So the last element is formalization. What do you mean by formalization? The degree to which the rules and regulations to direct employees and manager. The degree to which there will be rules and regulations to direct employees and managers. Any organization will have its own rules and regulations. In some organization you will have rules, but they will be very strict with the rules and regulations. In some organizations there may be rules, but they may not be that strict, they may be lenient. In some organization you will not have any rules, but they carry out work in a daily routine manner. So formalization means how the overall work of an organization is formalized, carried out in a formal manner, carried out in a procedural manner. That will tell you what formalization is. My dear students, I just wanted to give you an idea about this 6 different elements. இந்த 6 முக்கியமான எலிமெண்ட்டை பற்றி என்னன்னு சும்மா மேலோட்டமாக புரியணுன்றதுக்காக I have displayed this chart. Don't worry, I will deal with each and every element in my future presentation. இப்போ ஒர்க் ஸ்பெஷலைசேஷன் என்ன, டிபார்ட்மெண்டலைசேஷன், செயின் ஆஃப் கமாண்ட், ஸ்பேன் ஆஃப் கண்ட்ரோல், சென்ட்ரலைசேஷன், டீசென்ட்ரலைசேஷன், ஃபார்மலைசேஷன்னா என்ன அப்படின்னு உங்களுக்கு புரியணுங்கிறதுக்காக இந்த தருணத்தில் இந்த டிஸ்பிளேயில் நான் உங்களுக்கு சொல்லியிருக்கேன். கவலைப்படாதீங்க, ஈச் அண்ட் எவ்ரி எலிமெண்ட், ஒரு எலிமெண்ட்டும் என்ன டீட்டெயில்டாக நான் வந்து ஃபியூச்சர் ப்ரெசன்டேஷன்ஸில் நான் உங்களுக்கு ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்ணுறேன். Just for understanding sake, keep this in mind. Organizational structure is nothing but a staff hierarchy pattern where the organization's overall work is divided, grouped and coordinated. Okay, and organizational structure will have 6 important elements, and 6 important elements are an ingredient or a part and parcel of an organizational structure. What are they? They are work specialization, departmentalization, chain of command, span of control, centralization and decentralization, and formalization. That's it. Thank you.